Hi everyone, this is Professor Davis. My pronouns are they, them, and as a point of access, I am a white, non-binary person. My head is shaved, I have a pink gaiter around my neck, and I'm wearing a light pink hoodie. This video is to show you how to conduct research for Workshop 4 as well as Essay 1, Essay 2, Essay 3, and English 102. And so I'm going to go through the steps to get to the right place and then show you some tricks how to find sources. So the first thing to do is it's really important that you log into MyCCP to get to the databases because we pay for those databases with our tuition money. They're subscription based. They're not free to everyone. And so if you find them on the internet, they won't take your information, your CCP information. You need to sign in through MyCCP, basically. So if you go to the Student tab, you click Library, and then here it's really important you click Databases, and then A through Z database list. I'm going to go back because I don't want to skip that step. Right here it says A through Z database list. That's how you get there. For Workshop 4, we're looking at defining a keyword that we would incorporate into Essay 1. And so I would look for information in Credo reference, go to the C's, go to Credo. I'm going to intentionally pick something that I know is difficult because research requires changing things up, changing databases, changing strategies, etc. I'm going to pretend that my question is, what are the effects of COVID, quarantine, being in isolation during COVID, on the mental health of teenagers on the mental health of teenagers? That's it. And so I'm going to say that in Essay 1, I would need to define what mental health is because there's not a universally agreed upon definition. We need to define stuff based on experts, and so I'm going to try to find a good definition of mental health in Credo. I'm going to look at this first one, mental health, from the Encyclopedia of Social Problems. Note that social problems is not the same as psychology. The field that is expert in mental health is psychology, so we might need to look there. This is a source that I would use as a secondary, like as a subordinate source. I would not make this the main source if I were defining mental health because it focuses on the sociological, like the way that people interact, not like the way that our mind structures interpret that. And so I would use this as maybe a little bit, but I would not use this as my main source. I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to pick all subjects, and I'm going to see if I can get some good articles in psychology. I have mental health from the Bloomberg Guide to Human Thought. I'm going to check that out. It's only 502 words. Mental health, mental illness, mental diseases, mental illness. See, this focuses on mental illness. Maybe I would get a little bit out of this, but not very much. So these would be two sources that I could use a little bit from, but not a lot. And that's the point. I mean, research means like pulling from different parts of different sources. Mental health checkups. That could be useful later on. I'm going to see if they define mental health in here. I'm going to show you a trick real quickly. If you press Command F on an Apple computer or Control F on a non-Apple computer, it will come up with this little find box, and you can find words that you're looking for, and if they don't have those words, then you can move on. We're looking for mental health. And we want the definition of that. Mental health checkups, mental health checkups. See, it doesn't really, it would, maybe at the beginning it would do it, would say what mental health is. It doesn't. And so I'm not going to use this source. Not for the Essay 1 for those paragraphs. Mental Health Encyclopedia of Adolescents. Adolescents and teenagers is the same thing, kind of. Basically, mental health generally refers to the state of possessing psychological well-being or of having adequate adjustment, particularly in light of established and expected norms. Excellent overall. Optimal mental health is maintained by an individual. Okay, thank goodness, a good source. So yeah, I like this source. The citation that goes on the works cited page at the end of your paper is right here. You can copy and paste it. I got to that. I would click to MLA. I got to that by clicking the quotation mark citation. And then if I wanted to email it to myself so that I don't lose it, I would do that. And so I would probably use this as my main source for Essay 1 and Workshop 4. But it took me a while to kind of like find one that fit. And I know that it's harder if I did not have the question, what is mental health? How does COVID affect the mental health of teenagers? This source about, where did that go? The source about from the Encyclopedia of Adolescence would not be as useful because maybe it's focusing on adolescence. I don't know. But let's say you're going to use this source in Workshop 4 in Essay 1. Just make sure that you give the in-text citation. You would say, according to the Encyclopedia of Adolescence, quote, mental health generally refers to the state of possessing blah, 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 and then explain that in your own words or something. Or you could say, mental health can be defined as, quote, the state of possessing psychological well-being or of having adequate adjustment, etc. And then at the end, put in parentheses at the end of that sentence, Encyclopedia of Adolescence. But the important thing is to include the in-text citation. I don't want to make this longer than it has to be, and so that's it. I'll make more of these about other databases, but also visit me during office hours, and I will go online, go into the databases with you and help you find sources for your workshops, discussions, essays. Have a great day.